Right now, we want to bring in Lee Holmes, who joins us from Washington. He's the former chief counsel and staff director of the Senate Judiciary Committee for then Chairman Lindsey Graham. So, Lee, let's just start broad. You worked closely with the late senator on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Just tell us about that experience and what you're going to remember most about him.
Morning, Kelly. Thanks for having me. If I can just say first before we get to that, I was sitting here watching, and I think it's just so wonderful that he is getting this kind of recognition at the Capitol, later at the National Cathedral, and also in South Carolina. And it really is a testament to his influence here in D.C. and also all of the lives that he touched. And I saw a lot of his family standing there at the top of the steps. I also saw his most senior staff standing up there. So it was wonderful to see them all. As to working with him, he was the easiest to work with. He in a lot of ways, staffed himself. He knew the issues extraordinarily well. And he knew how to speak to people. I learned so much from him as a young attorney. He taught me to think about what was fair, who was right, who was wrong. He taught me to always let people make their case. And he taught me how to make a case that everybody would understand. And so, I'm just, it's a hard day, but I'm so grateful to have had the time with them. And that's where I'm trying to focus my attention.
Let's talk as we look here on the live images coming into us from the Capitol Rotunda, where, as you know, Lee, the Capitol Rotunda is one of the most sacred spaces in the United States, and often most Americans only see it during a State of the Union. But at a moment like this, it stops being a place of politics. It becomes a place of mourning, where both Republicans and Democrats and military leaders and officers, including we see the Vice President of the United States there, walk through and enter through those same doors. And for a brief moment, we will see politics suspended in Washington, and that is done intentionally for somebody like Lindsey Graham. But I also want to talk a little bit about his legacy, and one of the things that we were just talking about with our congressional reporter, Torian Small, was about his legacy as it relates to the things that he strongly believed. For example, a strong and robust American foreign policy, being strongly loyal to the countries that he considered to be America's closest allies, but oftentimes willing to, depending on how you look at it, some would say flip-flop to another position if that seemed to benefit him politically. Others would say that he was compromising. But how would you describe that contradiction in what we saw over the years as Senator Graham, during the years that he served in the United States Senate? Someone who was, on one hand, strongly loyal to the institutions that he valued, but yet also at times willing to go in a completely opposite direction if it seemed to be of benefit to him politically.
Yeah, I don't view him as having flip-flopped really at all. I think that he operated in the realm of the possible, and he never forgot his job, which was to represent the people of South Carolina. And to do that, you've got to work with the people that get into office. And so I think that he excelled at staying true to his principles and working with the environment in which the people of South Carolina and the people of the United States gave him. He was not going to throw the towel in because the political dynamics had changed. He was going to focus on what he could get done. And that's why his loss is so extraordinary.
I want to pick up on something that you said. You don't want to throw the towel out, or towel in rather. You want to work with the people in office. Something else that Vlad and I were discussing earlier was the senator's changing relationship with President Trump, being critical back in 2016, but becoming one of his closest allies. Was that then, hearing you describe him as someone who didn't want to throw in the towel, a choice of pragmatism or genuine persuasion over the time that the president is in office?
I think it was both pragmatism and also being responsive to the political moment. And the other story under there is the president and Lindsey developed a true friendship. And that friendship only grew over time, grew on the golf course, but it also grew professionally. And Lindsey became someone that the president could really rely on. And Lindsey also was able to move his priorities forward with the president because the president respected him and had that friendship with him.